y'all, it's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a recent book haul, just books I've gotten recently. I've been really lucky that lately that a lot of amazing books have been sent to me. I recently went out of town and got back the other day, and it was like Christmas because I had all these books waiting for me. So I'm going to do the books that were sent to me for reading and review first, and then the ones I got myself I'll do next. First we have The Circus at the End of the Sea by Lori R. Snyder. I'm currently reading this one right now, so my bookmark's in it. I just started it last night, and I'm so excited. It's one of my most highly anticipated releases. Let the magic pull you in. Maddie Adriana knows that magic is real. All her life, her heart has pulled her toward things too perfect to be ordinary, things no one else can see. And then there's the bracelet she's worn since she was a baby, a bracelet that grows as she grows and doesn't come off. Knowing that magic exists has made it a little easier to be a foster kid bounced between homes. Then one day, Maddie feels a tug. It leads her to Il Circo del Strade, the magical street circus lurking within the canals, boardwalks, and beaches of Venice, California. Amid murals that come to life and trampolines made of starlight, Maddie knows that she's finally found the source of the magic, and once she meets Skeeter Chin, the fastest boy on wheels, and Ophelia, the mimic octopus, maybe she's even found a place where for the first time ever she could truly belong. So when she learns that Il Circo is in trouble, she offers to help. This journey will take Maddie to the end of the sea and back. Along the way, she must find a way to face the frightening side of magic, as well as her own deepest fears if she is to save the place she hopes to finally call home. So excited. Thank you, HarperCollins, for sending me that. And this comes out October 19th. We have Mason Mooney, Doppelganger Detective by Seaerra Miller. And Flying Eye Books sent me the first one. It's a graphic novel, and it was a very quick read, fun, and I really enjoyed it, and I love the artwork. I had no idea, unless they told me and I just forgot, but I have a bad memory. I had no idea they were gonna send me the second, so I'm so excited. Very excited to get to it. It's a detective, it's fantasy, it's paranormal, it's funny, and the artwork's great. I think this is out now, and you can currently pick it up. So I'll be reading this very soon. We have Azalea, Fern, and The Last Ruin of the Extinct by Becci Murray. And the author reached out, and the author sent me this, so thank you very much. It says, a new world with an ancient secret. Azalea Fern is fiercely curious, and in a world of giant buttermoss and crystal waters, there's plenty to see. So why does she long to explore the one place she's forbidden to go? Perhaps it's because the McCann house is old and creepy. Perhaps it's because the crumbling bricks are the last relic of an extinct species. Or perhaps it's because her ma said, stay out of the ruin. Whatever the reason, Azalea is about to dig up an ancient secret that will shatter her perfect world forever. The past is dead and buried, for now. Sounds so great. I'm so excited. So thank you to the author. We have The Other Forest by Danielle Koehler. And the author is also the illustrator, which I always just find amazing. And the author reached out to me and asked if I'd be interested in reading and reviewing her book. And it sounds great, so I said yes. So thank you to the author. When 12-year-old Olivia is forced to move to her mother's birthplace of bottom of the globe Nowheresville in southern Chile, she fully expects to be miserable and friendless. Her only comfort is her dog Max, more an inseparable brother than an ordinary pet. So when Max disappears in the nearby forest, Olivia doesn't hesitate to chase after him, ignoring the rumors of strange Patagonian demons infesting the forest. Before she knows it, Olivia has slipped into a strange other forest where animals can talk and her emotions affect the world around her in spectacular yet terrifying ways. Things go from bad to worse when a mission to help the animals save their forest turns into a dangerous confrontation with a beast lurking in the depths of the volcano. Can Olivia and her oddball team of a playful local boy, a friendly but secretive puma, and a sassy three-legged fox save not just Max, but the entire forest before it's too late? I love that. Her oddball team sounds amazing. And since there's a dog who goes missing and is in danger, I was a little worried, but I think it's going to be okay. And as usual, I'll scan till the end looking for the name Max, because I can't read sad stuff, but I'm sure this one is fine. So, can't wait. So thank you to the author. Then we have The School Between Winter and Fairyland by Heather Fawcett. I've actually already read this one. On her Instagram, the author was giving away ARCs to people who were like bloggers or librarians or teachers and so on, and so I received an ARC from her, and I love this book. I'll talk about it more in my recent read. On the fall sign-up sheet for HarperCollins, I admire this is one I really, really wanted, and I had filled that out before I got that arc. But I'm so happy to have a beautiful finished copy to go with my beautiful arc. So thank you, HarperCollins, so much. This is such a great book. I fell in love with this, and I flew through this book. 12-year-old Autumn Malag is a servant at the enchanting Eaglenook School, where young magicians study to become the king's future monster hunters. Along with her grand and 3 too many older brothers, she works as a beekeeper, tending to Eaglenook's menagerie of terrifying monsters. But when she isn't mucking out the wyvern stalls or coaxing the resident Bogart to behave, Autumn searches for clues about her twin brother's mysterious disappearance. Everyone else thinks he was devoured by the feared hollow dragon, but Autumn is convinced she's heard and glimpsed him calling to her from within the castle walls. But who will believe a lowly servant? So when Kai Morgan, the chosen one, prophesies to one day destroy the hollow dragon, comes to her for help, Autumn agrees to on one condition. Together they'll search for her brother and uncover the dark truth at the heart of the enchanting Eaglenook School once and for all. And this comes out October 26th. I loved it. I highly recommend it. Thank you, HarperCollins again. Another one where the author reached out to me and asked if I would read and review. Sounds amazing, so I said yes. The Quest for the Luminae by Melody J. Bremen. 13-year-old Milo lives beneath the earth. He works as a bounty hunter's apprentice in the underground of Azur. Along with his master Rod, he tracks criminals through dark tunnels and does his best not to get killed. He dreams of an apprenticeship to a baker or a carpenter or anything safer than this. Milo has never been above ground. He's never seen the sun, the clouds, or the sea, and he's happy to keep it that way. The king of Azur summons Milo and Rod to the palace. He orders them on a quest for the Luminae, mythical creatures with healing powers. For the first time in his life, Milo must leave the underground. They must find the creature, return with it, or they will be executed. No one has ever seen the Luminae, and all the quests to find them have failed. When circumstances separate Milo and Rod, Milo is left on his own. He must continue the quest and find a creature that doesn't exist. That just has me so intrigued. It sounds so good. Cannot wait. So thank you to the author again. And when I got home from out of town, I squealed because of one package, because the outside of it already had me so excited. Big Honcho Media had reached out to me on Instagram and asked if they could send me the whole Tristan Strong series in a fun gift box, and of course I said yes. This is what it came in. Isn't that awesome? This is the cover of the 3rd book that recently just came out last week, I think it was. So the 3rd book is out. I think it's the last book, but I'm not sure. So all 3 books are out. But isn't that just so cool? I just love that so much. And it even came with a hooded sweatshirt. The symbol. It says "Stay Strong." And then it had this in it if you want to pause to read. And then of course, the books. Book 1. And that's the 2nd book. This is the 3rd book that just came out. Tristan Strong Keeps Punching. So cute. And these are by, I'm going to say this wrong, I know, so I'm sorry. Kwame, Mbalia. I hope I didn't butcher that too much. But these are by Disney Books, and they're Rick Riordan Presents books, so they're part of that whole franchise. And this is one of my most anticipated series that I want to read. And I knew the 3rd book was coming, so I was waiting so I could just binge them all together. So I cannot wait. I'm reading these very, very, very soon. And they all have like gorgeous maps in them too. 7th grader Tristan Strong feels anything but strong ever since he failed to save his best friend when they were in a bus accident together. All he has left of Eddie is the journal his friend wrote stories in. Tristan is dreading the month he's going to spend on his grandparents' farm in Alabama, where he's being sent to heal from the tragedy. On his first night there, a sticky creature shows up in his bedroom and steals Eddie's journal. Tristan chases it. Is that a doll? Through the forest, and a tug of war ensues by his grandmother's mysterious and off-limits bottle tree. In a last attempt to wrestle the journal out of the creature's hands, Tristan punches the tree, accidentally ripping a hole in the sky above Mid-Pass, a volatile place with a burning sea, haunted bone ships, and iron monsters that are hunting the inhabitants of this strange world. Tristan finds himself in the middle of a battle that has left Black American gods John Henry and Brer Rabbit exhausted. In order to get back home, Tristan and these new allies will need to entice the god Anansi, the Weaver, to come out of hiding and seal the hole in the sky. But bartering with the trickster Anansi, always comes at a price. Can Tristan save this world before he loses more of the things he loves? That just sounds so good. I am so excited. This sounds so great. And I'm so happy. I'm so thankful. Thank you so much, Big Honcho Media. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. Yay. So that is all for the ones that were sent to me. So these are the books I bought myself. So we have Wish, Book 1 in the Otherworld series by Victoria Harris. This just looks so good. It says, most humans have forgotten their sparkle, hypnotized by the darkness that obscures it. 12-year-old Kara O'Reilly always thought her father was teasing when he said she and her sister had fairy magic. But it's been nearly a week since he went on a mountain hike and vanished, right after an argument with Kara. She wished him gone, and now he is. Kara's little sister Bree hasn't spoken a word since his disappearance. In fact, Kara feels like her whole family is under a curse, and it seems like all the adults in their family are keeping some sort of secret. Her world further tumbles into chaos when, after a close encounter with a living, breathing fairy, Kara realizes the old stories are all true. Now she must find the door to the other world to retrieve an ancient treasure. But can she battle the darkness to save her family and the entire world? It sounds so good. So excited for that. They Stole the Earth, a middle grade sci-fi adventure by D.W. Hitz. I was doing one of my mini scrolls through Amazon, and this was like marked to $4. I mean, it's a normal size book and everything, and the cover is great, and it sounded great, so I got it. One's Frozen. Aliens hijacked Earth from orbit. As the only humans awake, Bruce and Lindy team up with an android friend to do something about it. That's all I'm going to read because I don't want to know much about what's going to happen on this one. I just want to go into it kind of blind. But it sounds so good, and I was so excited. We have the Beatrix Prophecy by DiCamillo. Never read a book by her, I don't think, but I've always heard the best things. These end pages. There's one creature that the monks of the Chronicles of Sorrowing fear above all others, Anzwelica the goat. The monks fear her sharp teeth and her hard head and her wily ways. And so imagine Brother Edic's terror when he goes to feed Anzwelica one morning and finds a child in the pen with the demon goat. The child does not know where she came from. She does not know who her people are. She remembers one thing only, her name, Beatrix. The king's men, however, know who the child is, and they are searching for her. Illustrations sprinkled throughout, too, that are just so beautiful. I'm very excited for this. That sounds very intriguing. We have Prestoria, Book 1 of The Dreamcatchers by J.U. Menon. This just looked and sounds so great. Radhika Varma has an overactive imagination. Everyone says so. But when she has chosen to participate in a challenge held in Prestoria, the mysterious realm of nightmares, she must use every bit of wild imagination she possesses to fight for her life. As one of the 11 dream catchers and armed only with her imagination, Radhika must conjure her own weaponry against powerful ancient creatures like the Vyalas and the Rakshasas and get to the magical portal before dawn. Fail to do so and she will be forced to stay behind in Prestoria forever. But when someone starts attacking the dream catchers and the suspicion falls on her, Radhika realizes that there's more going on than meets the eye. With mere minutes left until dawn, will Radhika manage to complete the challenge and get back home, or will a 50-year-old thirst for vengeance cause Prestoria to claim her as its own? That just sounds so good. I'm so excited for this. Look at this cover. How could I not? I mean, this is The Little Bee Charmer of Henrietta Street by Sarah Webb, Dublin, 1911. When Eliza Kane and her brother Jonty moved from the leafy suburbs of Rathmans to a tenement flat on Henrietta Street in Dublin city centre, they are in for a shock. Pigs and ponies in the yard, rats in the hallways, and cockroaches underfoot. But their friendly new neighbor, Annie, and her brothers help them to settle in. And when a traveling circus comes to town with acrobats, animals, performing dogs, and Madame Ada, the bee charmer, things really start to look up. Then tragedy strikes, and Eliza, Jonty, and their tenement family learn the true power of friendship. A tale of family, friends, and finding magic wherever you are. Of course, any book that has a circus, I automatically have to say, because it's my personal belief and opinion, I do not like circuses. This is set in 1911, though, so that was still a big thing going on, so it's part of history, so I'm not mad at the book or the author, of course. But I always have to say it when there's a circus involved, especially one with animals, and this one even has performing dogs, but the wild animals are the main thing because they're not here for our entertainment. Plus, even the dogs, they shouldn't know, because almost all circuses treat the animals horribly. So I always have to say that, so sorry if you get tired of it, but I have to say it. But I'm so excited. This sounds so great. Even the back cover is so beautiful. It has illustrations sprinkled throughout too. So excited for this. We have The Cursed Carnival and Other Calamities It's another Rick Riordan Presents book. It has new stories about mythic heroes by Carlos Hernandez, Rashani Chosky, J.C. Cervantes, Yoon Ha Lee, Kwame Mbalia, I'm probably saying wrong, the Tristan Strong author, Rebecca Ronhorst, Taylor K. Mahaya, Sarwat Chada, and Gracie Kim and Rick Riordan. 9 stories edited by Rick Riordan and 1 story by Rick himself. That just sounds amazing. So I cannot wait to get to that, and it's beautiful. And the back's even better than the front. And I got this after I have already found my spooky possibilities and all that, so, but this, it looks perfect for spooky season. Sydney Mackenzie Knocks 'Em Dead. This is by Cindy Callaghan, author of Lost in London. Sydney Mackenzie is an aspiring filmmaker and less than popular California girl. So when her parents drop the biggest bombshell ever, they have inherited a cemetery called Lay to Rest, which means a move to boring Delaware. Sydney is not happy. And to make matters worse, their new house is actually right on the cemetery grounds, and it isn't exactly California chic. But after settling in, Sydney discovers that the creepy old house might have more history than she once thought, and someone, or something, is encouraging her to delve deeper into a decades-old mystery that dates back to the Underground Railroad. Will Sydney's filmmaking skills and the help of some new friends be enough for her to solve the mystery of her new home? I love that. Cemetery, creepy house, new friends, mystery, like I said, Underground Railroad. Like, this just sounds like it's going to be so great. Cannot wait. Then we have Children of the Fox by Kevin Sands. And a Thieves of Shadow novel, so I think this is going to be a new series. He's the author of the Blackthorn Key series, which is a series I really want, but I just haven't gotten my hands on yet, but I really want to get that series too. I've read great things because it always comes up on my recommendation list when I'm searching places, and it's got such great reviews, so I'm excited to have this one, and I really want to get that series by him too. Lured by the promise of more money than they've ever dreamed of, five young criminals are hired to steal a treasure from the most powerful sorcerer in the city. There's Callan, the con artist, Mariel, the charming knife thrower, Gareth, the scholar, Lachlan, who can obtain anything, and Foxtail, whose mysterious mask doesn't hinder her ability to climb the walls like a spider. Though their shadowy backgrounds mean that they've never trusted anyone, the 5 must learn to rely on one another to get the job done. But as Callan has been warned, it's best to stay away from magic. It can turn on you at any moment. If the friends manage to pull off this legendary heist, will the reward be worth everything they've lost? Sounds like these kids are going to become their own little found family, and I love a great group of kids on an adventure. It's just always so good. I cannot wait for this. Then we have Pennsylvania by Stephanie Watson. And this just sounds so great. Ever since she first learned to hold a crayon, Zora Webb has been unstoppable. Zora draws hamsters wearing pajamas and balloons in Lake Superior and pancakes and hundreds of horses, at the request of her horse-obsessed little sister Frankie. But when Zora's mom gets sick, everything starts to change. And after she passes away, Zora loses her drive to create. One day, Zora scribbles out her artwork and vows to never attempt to draw again. Her scribble lines lift off the page and yank Zora and Frankie into Pennsylvania, a magical world that's home to everything Zora has ever drawn. In one drawing, a scribbled-out horse named Viscardi is determined to finish the destruction Zora started. Viscardi kidnaps Frankie, promising to scribble her and all of Pennsylvania out at sunrise. Zora sets out on a rescue mission, venturing deep into Pennsylvania, a place filled with strange and exciting drawings, very real dangers, and new friends. If she is to save her sister, Zora must outwit Viscardi and find the strength to reclaim the part of herself she left behind. So many illustrations in this. Now this just sounds like such a great read. So excited. We have JD in 5 Dimensions. Assuming that's JD. And this is by Diane K. Salerni. She's the author of Eleanor, Alice, and the Roosevelt Ghosts, which I flew through and was obsessed by, and I wanted more middle grade from this author so bad, and when I saw she was finally had another one coming out, I got so excited. What do you do when it turns out your whole life has been a lie? J.D. Martin was always told she was abandoned by her parents. Creatures from the 4th dimension rescued her and placed her with a loving adoptive family. Now J.D. acts as an agent for the beings, also known as Seers. She uses the 4th dimension as a shortcut to travel anywhere on Earth, performing missions calculated to guide the world toward a brighter future. But then J.D. discovers that her origin story is fake. In reality, her birth family has suffered multiple tragedies and disasters engineered from force space, including the devastating loss of their baby girl. Her! Doubting the Seers, J.D. starts anonymously observing her long-lost family. Why are they so important? What are their true intentions of the Seers? And what will all-powerful 4-dimensional beings do to a rebellious human girl when they realize she's interfering with their plans? A Wrinkle in Time meets Flatland in this thrilling journey that challenges the meaning of family, loyalty, and our universe at large. That just sounds so good. So excited. One of my most highly anticipated releases of the year. The third book in the Myrtle Hardcastle series. This is Cold-Blooded Myrtle by Elizabeth C. Bunce. And these covers are always so beautiful. Can't say much since this is the third book, but it's historical fiction, so we have all that goodness in it. And Myrtle is so funny. The way she talks, her like dialogue is the best. I love it. And Miss Judson, all of it. The cat, oh the cat. I love a middle grade cat. And she's like a little detective, so it's got that detective mystery middle grade vibe that I am obsessed with. This and Aggie Morton are one of the best, and I cannot wait to read this. I'm reading this very soon. Another third in the series I got when I wasn't supposed to be getting any sequels to series I hadn't started yet, but I have a good excuse. The Land of Stories series is what got me into middle grade, and I love it, and it will always be special to me. And I'm pretty sure the Tale of Magic books are in the same world with different characters, I think. But regardless, it's Chris Colfer, who was the author of Land of Stories. So when the third book came out a week or so ago, and I saw it at Walmart, I think, for $12, which was even cheaper than Amazon, I was like, I have to get that. I will be reading them very soon now that a third is out, and I cannot wait. But here's the cover. This is the third, A Tale of Sorcery. Like all the others, a beautiful naked hardback. Just so amazing. And then I went back and forth with this book because I could not find anywhere. It's listed as middle grade and young adult, but nowhere says how old the characters are. Like I searched, but I couldn't find it. But then it says not only young adult and middle grade, so I'm thinking, okay, upper and middle grade. It says reading age 10 and up, so I'm like, okay, I'm getting it. This cover's amazing and it sounds great. It's The Outlaws, Scarlet and Brown by Jonathan Stroud. This is the author of the Lockwood & Co. series too, I think. Scarlet McCain is a shoot first, ask questions later kind of outlaw. She scrapes by on bank heist, her wits, and never looking back. She's on the run from her latest crime when she comes across Albert Brown. He is the sole survivor of a horrific accident, and against her better judgment, Scarlet agrees to guide him to safety. This is a mistake. Soon there are men with dogs and guns and explosives hot on their heels. Scarlet's used to being chased by the law, but this is extreme. It was only a little bank she robbed. As they flee together across the wilds, fighting off monstrous beasts and dodging their pursuers, Scarlet comes to realize that Albert Brown is hiding a terrible secret, and that he may be the most dangerous threat of all. In this fast-paced, quick-witted whirlwind of a story, Jonathan Stroud introduces two unlikely allies, the outlaws Scarlet and Brown, who are about to become the most notorious renegades in all that's left of Britain. That just sounds so good. It sounds like it's going to be some great humor, upper middle grade, and adventure, and a unlikely friendship, but a great one nonetheless. So very excited for this. Alright y'all, that's all for today. This video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked my newest spooky shirt with Wednesday Addams. And I hope y'all will stick around and subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.